Hi, this is the Casio AE 1200 WH, a multifunction digital watch from the Digital Watch Kings Casio. This particular one, although Casio are Japanese, as you probably know, this particular one's made in China. I think quite a lot of their watches are made in China. Let's have a look at this in detail, shall we? Now this is styled on the James Bond watch from Octopussy, and if that sounds a little bit unlikely, I'm just going to show you a screenshot that I've got from the film Octopussy. So that's on my computer, sorry. So there's that and the watch. So I'm pretty convinced that Casio have been inspired, to put it politely, by Seiko and their James Bond. So that was a Roger Moore James Bond. He was one of my favourites. I really liked Roger Moore as James Bond. He was unusual, really smarmy and funny. Anyway, that's by the by. Let's have a look at this watch in a bit of detail, shall we? Now, to start with, I'll tell you that this is my son's watch. He's 13, and let's have a look. You can see perhaps the scratches and the scuffs that result from a 13-year-old wearing a watch. But he enjoys wearing this watch, and it suits him. It's really good. It's a fun watch, and it's got a lot going on. It just looks really cool, doesn't it? We've got in the top left corner, we've got analog display of the time. You can just make that out. I think it's quite discreet. There's the seconds ticking away, little second hand. Can you see that little? There it is, little second hand, and then the minute and the hour hand. So we've got a little analog display of the time in the top left corner. Over on the right here, right at the top there's a window that tells you the settings for your alarms. Beneath that, we've got a map of the world, and it's difficult to see. Yeah, you can see there's a bit of the world that's dark, and that's the time zone that I've selected that we're in. Then beneath that, the main window with the date and day and the time that I've set in 24 hours. Now this has got loads of functions, most of which I don't fully understand, but you cycle through the mode with the mode button, and we've got world time, and that again highlights on the map in dark which part of the world it's telling you the time for, and you can cycle through the map. So we go east. As we press this button here, we go east through the world. So I don't know what TP is. SEL. Don't know what that is. TYO. Tokyo? ADL. Adelaide? GUM. I don't know what these. Sydney. Right, so we're in Australia. So at the moment it's 20 to midnight in Sydney. Keep going. Wellington, maybe. Honolulu. Anchorage. I don't know. But it gives you a little clue. The map highlights where you are as you cycle through Denver. Mexico? I don't know. New York City. There we go. I recognise that one. Then we're coming to Rio. Oh, I don't know. Anyway, so it's got loads of world times. So you set your time, and then it can do all the world time for you. You don't need to set all that bit. It's would be far too complicated if you had to. And then, so I've finished with that. I'll come back to there, my time. That's pretty cool, isn't it? Other features that the watch has, aside from world time, is that's the world time bit. Then we've got an alarm. I think there's several alarms. We've got a timer. I don't know how you set that, but there it goes. So it's counting down from just over 45 seconds. and stopwatch. How do we set that going? There we go. Stopwatch, and I think that might be it. Yeah. Now, don't use this review as an exclusive, an exhaustive list of all the features of this watch. If you're interested in this watch, look up the features online, because I'm not an expert on how this watch works. I've worn it before I gave it to my son, and I used it just for the time. Another cool feature is the backlight. So I'm just going to shut the curtains and we'll have a look at the backlight. Okay, so here's the backlight in operation. So it's quite short, but it's nice and bright. Everything lights up and makes everything super easy to read. So that's really good. Yeah, I'll open the curtains again. Other little things so that's the illuminator. Sorry, they refer to it as illuminator, not backlight. Other things to note are this metal casing, which isn't actually metal, it's plastic, and you can see it's rubbing off. If I just focus that, you can see the coating on that is rubbing off. So from a distance it looks like metal. From a distance it looks blurred. There we go. From a distance it looks like metal, but it's actually just plastic. And you know, that's fair enough. It's a cheap watch. It is a cheap watch. On the back we do have a metal watch back, and on the back it says Casio. It's got the module number, the model number, water resistant 10 bar, so it's good for 100 meters. Made in China, stainless steel back, and it's got this really nice bracelet. Now this bracelet is metal. It's folded links, and it's got a nice little clasp here, which is signed, and it clicks closed, and it's good. And to open it you press the buttons. Now I can't wear this because it's been sized for my son, but let's just measure the watch and you can have an idea of the dimensions. It's not massive, but it's not tiny either. So across the face it's 39 millimeters. Sorry about the focusing, it's getting a bit tricky. The face itself, I'm going to go for the actual face, just under 20. I don't know how to measure it, because we've got this sort of black bezel around here that's not part of the. I'm gonna go for that. 34 millimeters. Quite chunky, quite a chunky watch. 13 millimeters thick, and lug to lug 45 millimeters, and the lug width is 18 millimeters, but the bracelet slots into the lugs but is wider to reach the outer edges of the watch itself. I suppose you could put it on a different strap. Let's have a look. How would you do that? Yeah, oh, it's just normal pins. I think it might look a bit odd on a different strap. I mean, it's so well suited to this one. Anyway, that, I think, is everything there is to tell you about this funny little watch. It's cool, isn't it? It's good fun. Thanks for watching. If you've enjoyed the video, please subscribe. It'll really benefit me. I'd really appreciate it. I do reviews of watches and knives and EDC gadgets, so please subscribe. That would be great. Thanks for watching. I'll see you soon.